Welcome back to the Coin Lady channel. The fourth industrial revolution, technological progress, and cryptocurrency will be discussed. To that end, let's examine the situation. This means that the fourth industrial revolution has already begun. This has been going on since 2011, but it is just picking up steam now. Cryptanalysis is a software problem. I have said this so many times in my videos that it hardly seems like we are investing in cryptocurrencies at all. In other words, we're betting on the future. 5% or less of the global population is interested in cryptography. It is early for you. Humans are cruel. In other words, when I say it's still extremely early, I suggest that people should plan on holding onto their cryptocurrency for a while. In contrast, the prices of many ISO currencies will be considerably higher than they are right now, making you very happy that you invested in cryptocurrency when you did. We are witnessing the greatest transfer of wealth and property in human history. And that is the single most important factor. Consider this. There are a lot of people who are going to lose everything due to the banking system and the existing financial system. In the future, I think everyone who possesses cryptocurrency can quickly join the ranks of the world's wealthiest people. Keep in mind the alteration made to the letter by email. Additionally, progress is being made across the board, and artificial intelligence AI is developing rapidly. This fourth industrial revolution may be too much for humanity, argues a world leader. Klaus Schwab, chairman of the World Economic Forum, expresses concern that humans would fail to keep the world under their control during the coming fourth industrial revolution. At his presentation at the World Government Summit, Schwab argued that the international community must work together to keep up with the rapid development of technology without individual nations having to become technological masters. We human beings have the potential to fall behind. Do we maybe progress a bit too rapidly? I think we are. In my opinion, we ought to pause for reflection. The elites aim to exploit the technology we're developing to enslave everyone on Earth. The age of Industry 4.0. It's likely that you'll be laid off sometime this year. Is there a backup plan? Robots are replacing humans as office security guards, and it's not just the low-paying jobs that are disappearing. They're 5 feet tall and can travel at speeds of up to 3 miles per hour as they check office buildings for anything from malfunctioning fire alarms to suspicious behavior. In other situations, like the workplace, security robots are gradually replacing human guards. This is why it's significant. Despite certain setbacks, sensor and AI-equipped robots are making advances in a wide range of industries, from window cleaning and pizza manufacturing to bartending and senior care. News engine. Robot guards are becoming a much more cost-effective option for businesses than human security guards. Visitor registration, badge issuance, alarm response, incident reporting, and surveillance are just some of the tasks that may be performed by security robots around the clock, every day of the week. Safeguarding equipment is able to. It's safer for security robots to confront burglars and other threats since they don't grow bored, tired, or distracted by their phones. By communicating to the robot, workers can report issues or ask for human assistance. That's why I urged you to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime chance at personal growth before it's too late. Given the inevitable rise of artificial intelligence, the future of work is uncertain. Many people have the opinion that robots are constantly among us. Not sure if our technology is quite there yet, but it's getting there. Honestly, I think that this is going above and above. Researchers are eager to develop artificial intelligence that uses human brain tissue. Organoid intelligence, as described in the paper, is a relatively new area in which scientists are building biological computing through the use of 3-dimensional cultures of human brain cells and brain-machine interface technology. These organoids are structural and functional components of the brain that are essential for processes like learning and memory. Its biological hardware function could make them more effective than today's AI-powered computers. What are your thoughts about that? Think that's over the top and excessive? To what extent am I relating this to genuine people? I think they want to do things like this more and more, and I keep hearing people say they'll never implant a chip in a human being. Are you serious? These individuals hope to tap into our psyches in order to shape the future of AI. Furthermore, they wish to substitute artificial intelligence for human beings. Biden authorization of transhuman enhancement for the executive branch. Since he is advocating for this, we must now program biology in the same way that we program a computer. This isn't good for you at all, you know. And if it was necessary to issue an executive order, you can be sure that implementation will be prioritized. To improve human health, the Biden administration issued an executive order urging the development of transhumanist biotechnology that can be programmed biology in the same way that we write software and program computers. They then proceeded to incorporate COVID into $1 trillion. Hence, the COVID-19 Moderna injections are included as an example of such biotechnology in Executive Order 14,081, with the COVID-19 pandemic serving as a justification for the importance of biotechnology in the development and production of life-saving vaccines that safeguard Americans and the world. But then, according to Biden's executive order, he went even further and connected it to global warming. Biotechnology's potential is currently most apparent in the realm of human health, but it has far-reaching applications beyond this, including the improvement of food security and sustainability, the protection of supply networks, and the expansion of the economy. Everything is leading us in that direction, therefore I expect that eventually they will issue an executive order mandating that people become increasingly reliant on their devices. Yet, it's not good news because of the correlation between COVID and global warming. There's a hidden motive for that. This is the beginning of the fourth industrial revolution. In light of this, let's say we decide to participate in the program. Chat seems to have become the topic of conversation everywhere. You probably assumed Instagram was widely used because of its popularity. Within 5 days, our study's generative AI model attracted 1 million users. It took about 3.5 years for popular streaming services like Netflix to amass 1 million subscribers. 2 years on Twitter. It's been 10 months and Facebook. 2.5 months of Instagram. Chat. That was a quick 5-day process. At this rate, AI will be completely different in a few short years. And that's only going to increase as time goes on. And now, a word or two on cannabinoid receptor modulators, or CBDCs. Demonstrations in the streets of Nigeria. Citizens are forced to use CBDCs and digital identity, leading to widespread cash shortages and the closure of many establishments that formerly accepted cash payments. The end goal is to drastically reduce the convenience of using cash in Nigeria. And very soon, it will arrive in a city near you. Biden's signature of Executive Order 14,067 might pave the way for widespread legal government monitoring of all Americans as well as complete control over their financial transactions and accounts. One of the most dangerous things is going to be bail-ins, as I've indicated before. The wealth transfer will occur there. The existing financial system will simply gobble up the wealth of everybody who is dependent on the US dollar and doesn't want to go digital in the future, right before the new system is rolled out. Famous financial analyst Jim Rickards doesn't hold back when making bold economic forecasts. Mr. Rickards, a former CIA official and financial counselor to the Pentagon, is widely regarded as one of the world's foremost experts in international finance. Under the Reagan administration, he played a pivotal role in the negotiations that ended the Iranian issue. Most people don't want to hear the alarm he's sounding today, but he thinks it's a big mistake. He believes the current US dollar system is unsustainable. Jim claims that on March 19 of last year, President Biden signed Executive Order 14,067, thereby signing his own death sentence. Secreted away in this little-known federal directive is language that may give the government complete authority over your bank accounts and purchases. He feels the president's action is rather nefarious, and we agree. And I would venture to guess that 99% of Americans are completely unaware of it. If you use CBDCs, how many people do you tell about it? Their first reaction is that you're completely insane. And they invariably add that the government would never approve such a thing. Yet the government is the one prepared to implement this via the Federal Reserve. To top it all off, they insist that this will never prevent institutions like banks from keeping their customers' money safe. As far as the bank is concerned, it doesn't seem to matter. Consider this. Your funds are waiting for you. They're making a profit off of you. This means that whenever they run out of money, they can simply lock the door, leaving you alone and without any means of subsistence. So, that settles it. that day will come when the current economic system collapses. And it really is just a matter of time before that occurs. Worse, it might signal doom for the wealth of millions of Americans at a time when inflation is eroding their purchasing power. What, then, is an executive? What is it about this number 14,067 that makes it so cunning? Jim, of course, says it's his groundbreaking new expose. The groundwork is now being laid for a fully traceable spyware dollar to replace the US dollar. The security and confidentiality of every single American citizen would be seriously compromised if that happened. You'd be wrong to dismiss this as an unrealistic fantasy. The event, he claims, is transpiring at this very moment. Already, Executive Order 14,067 gives President Biden unparalleled control over the direction of the US dollar. Most Americans will be taken aback by this, unfortunately. Because of its crucial importance, Jim has recently released a new presentation that you absolutely must watch. Consider the interplay between inflation, disruptions in the supply chain, and volatile markets. Biden is under intense pressure from all quarters to intervene and stop the current destruction of American savings accounts. I have no doubt that he will eventually spend that spyware money. The American people must start making plans immediately. Also, as I've already mentioned, an unexpected event will occur, sparing them the trouble of casting a ballot at a CBDC. This emergency executive order allows for its implementation. How many of the people you know feel a deep indebtedness to paper currency? They will never make the transition to digital. You won't see a cashless society anytime soon. Yes, nonetheless, we can see it happening today in every corner of the globe. Think about Nigeria. Many other nations will follow suit very soon. If we want to prevent a problem here at home, we need to start paying attention to what's happening in other countries. And by now it's already too late. It's also not hard to figure out why. The date for requiring real ID has been pushed back by the US Department of Homeland Security multiple times over the past few years. I think this is a digital ID, but they are calling it real ID since more and more people are becoming aware of the existence of digital IDs. The deadline for enforcing the use of actual ID has been pushed out again, this time from this year's May 3 to 2025's May 7. This is only the latest in a long string of extensions granted by the US Department of Homeland Security. Having this valid ID will let you inside federal buildings housing commercial airplanes or nuclear power plants under the jurisdiction of the federal government. But I anticipate that this will also connect directly to a CBDC in the future. This is the first time I've heard of it. Eventually, this will become a digital ID if it isn't already. We're coordinating the use of carbon credits to increase the use of clean energy. There is much hope that blockchain technology will play a significant role in mitigating the effects of climate change. Since then, we've learned that blockchain is also connected to carbon offsets. As a company, Ripple places a premium on that. Hedera HBAR is as well, since they expect the industry as a whole to expand rapidly in the next years and eventually become very large indeed. Everyone will be forced to pay what amounts to a new tax, as each action taken now would necessitate the purchase of carbon credits in order to be repeated at a later date. One more argument for getting rich before the fourth industrial revolution gets going. We are, in my opinion, still in the very beginning stages. The next 2 years will see a global cyber onslaught, according to the World Economic Forum. Since this is the case, we can assume they also intend to bring about a worldwide power failure or internet shutdown. And it's expected to take place in the next 2 years, they add. This is why they provide you with a schedule to follow in order to get ready for it. This, too, has the potential to be the kind of dire situation that necessitates a CBDC without a vote. Yet, can you not see how this is the end result of everything? As of right now, I can't say for sure if that's what's going to trigger the power outages. Perhaps the sun will play a role as well. See for yourself. There will be several years of maximum solar activity. Solar flares, or extremely intense blasts of energy, will increase as a result. Radio transmissions and electrical power systems on Earth are vulnerable to solar flares. So, are they going to start publishing stories about this in preparation for blaming the sun when it actually occurs? We'll have to see if and when the World Economic Forum manages to make it happen. After a Norfolk Southern train derailed in Springfield, Ohio, officials urged locals to stay indoors and stay away from the area because of the presence of hazardous items. We could, for example, tune out the news and focus on the numerous train wrecks taking place across the country, or we could stay alert and realize that the government is only trying to get us to adopt CBDC technology in preparation for ushering in the fourth industrial revolution and imposing a system of forced labor. Instead, the alien craft could divert our attention. By this point, even Steven Spielberg has joined the team. So, according to Steven Spielberg, the United States government is keeping secrets regarding extraterrestrial craft from you and the rest of the country. Considering he was the one who dreamed up E.T., I found it really amusing. Therefore, according to Steven Spielberg, the US government is keeping secret information about UFO from the public. On Stephen Colbert's show, the director gave an honest assessment. Until the Freedom of Information Act requires some materials to be shared publicly, I believe there is something going on that simply requires special due diligence given the level of secrecy that is surrounding everything, these sightings, and the lack of transparency. Therefore, he's interested in extraterrestrial life and UFO reports. And yet, we know that this is also in their plans. Maintain diversion. Have a look at this to divert your attention from that. We'll have to wait and see how the rumors of a zombie apocalypse turn out to be true. Yet, as a crypto investor, you need only wait for things to play out as they will and reap the rewards later. You can expect to amass unimaginable wealth as a result of your participation in the fourth industrial revolution. Sooner or later, of course. With that, I'm going to end this video. All of you who have been watching, I appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who has seen my videos. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.